Welcome everybody to our final matchup of our PAC8 showcase. We have the Washington State Cougars and the University of California San Diego Tritons in the final matchup of this showcase on this Sunday afternoon. Alongside me is Gary Allen. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Blaine Spencer. Gary, how are you?
Oh, I'm doing wonderful, Blaine. Doing wonderful.
As we have the Tritons here today and taking on the Cougars. This is their second matchup as the Cougars took them down on Friday night. Gary, what do you want to see here in this last matchup here today?
Well, it'll be interesting to see how UCSD changed a little bit because they've been playing more of a defensive style this weekend. So I want to see if they'll open that up a little bit. They got Chen and net, and she played it outstanding when she faced EWU. So, and WSU, they do what they do. You're going to expect to hear Lander's name quite a bit. So I think for both teams, they'll just kind of stay status quo and see how they do. They might be feeling each other out for a little bit in this period.
Right. And just to go through our starting lineups for tonight, as Gary mentioned, Debbie Chen is in goal, back in the net again tonight for the Tritons. Alongside defenseman Alex Chen, Hudson Gerke, right defenseman. Left wing was CJ Gerard. Center was Reese Wismuller and Nate Seekins at right wing. For the Cougars, Sean Warranta returns back into net as Kane Paxton fills in on the bench tonight. Brett Ewing on the left defenseman. Brody Roach is the right defenseman. Tucker Spind is the left wing. Jake Landers is your center forward, and your right wing is Ian Gold. As Roach brings it in. Landers has it. Brister saved there by Chen. As the Cougars reload. And early on, Landers already making a point of emphasis to get shots and test Chen early on.
I'll definitely get used to hearing his name quite a bit because he's always on the ice and he's an outstanding hockey player.
I feel like yesterday when we called the Cougars games that he was only off the ice because he was in the box.
Yeah, he was taking some reflection time on that. You're right.
As it's dumped in by the Tritons. And one thing that I want to see from UCSD is to see, especially with Seekins and Chua, how are they going to interchange today? Are they going to still be defensemen, or are they going to be a little bit more attack-minded? That was something that we saw late, especially in the Eastern game last night, that Chua and Seekins tried to force the issue a little bit more.
Well, Sika was all over the ice for UCSD on that one time, but somebody leveled Landers on that. I didn't catch the number, but man, that was a major hit.
As Seekins sends it around, looking for Davis.
Maybe that's what UCSD is going to do. They're going to take the body and see if they can slow the Cougs down totally, doing that way.
And for UCSD, they have been a little bit undermanned this weekend. And then when it's your final game of the weekend, you feel like that they're going to try and pull out all the stops tonight because they know that they're going to be having a nice long travel back down to San Diego afterwards.
Well, since the showcase, which has been superbly ran this weekend, it counts for league also. And the Tritons are going to want to get a point. They don't want to go down not getting anything out of this 4-day event. So they may be trying to slow down the Cougs hitting the body, but they got to get a point this weekend.
Opportunity here sent wide as Warranta brushes it aside. Warranta got the start against the Tritons on Friday, and he performed quite well in that matchup. It'll be really intriguing to see how he feeds off of that once again.
Oh, Randall's a heck of a goaltender. He's really sharp in net for the Cougs. So Cougars have a luxury of having two outstanding goaltenders.
The stick goes flying there as Gold's wrister saved by Chen.
One thing I picked up with Chen, she has lightning quick reflexes. She's on the smaller side, which doesn't mean anything because you look at Utah's goalies; they were like that too. But she's very, very quick with her glove, and her lateral movement's outstanding.
And quite incredible that she flew in yesterday morning to be able to get here and participate in those last 2 games of the showcase.
Well, especially since she basically got here right after warm-up. So she was very impressive for her, just coming from the airport, dropping in, getting changed, and getting on the ice.
Looks like as the Tritons enter the box, it's going to be Washington State on the power play, as that was Daniel Sabater who takes the seat. Early opportunity for the Cougars. It's about 4.5 minutes into the opening period. Gold with the slap shot sent wide. Chua sends it around the board and clears. Ewing gives change to pick it up. As Woodard has it. Sent towards the middle. Spin, brushed aside by Chua, alters the shot there. Nice pass there as Washington State dumps it back in.
There's no doubt the Tritons are going to use the body. This is the most I've seen them hit in games that we've covered on them. So I think they've changed that aspect and decided to just go ahead and use their body to slow down the Cougs.
Here comes Gold bringing it in for the Cougars. He dumps it around, looking for Roach. Spin ends up giving chase behind and gets it there.
Gold and Roach has had outstanding games also for the Cougars this weekend.
We haven't all of the hockey, all 8 of the games that we've had this weekend. Very high quality hockey.
Yeah.
And sometimes the scoreline didn't indicate that, but quality hockey all around.
Well, absolutely not. You can't go with a scoreline on them because if you look at the EWU Utah game earlier this morning, the score would indicate that Utah dominated an Eastern game, everything they wanted. So throw out the stat line also. You're right, because the score is not indicative of how the games are played.
Good move there by Doro as he brings it in. Pushed aside by Chen.
I like Doro. Is he good or what? I mean, that kid is non-stop from the minute he gets on until the end of the game.
No ice in there as Whisper beats the Cougars down to the puck. But you're right, Doro's motor has been non-stop throughout all 4 games.
And what surprises me about him, he's extremely physical and he doesn't shy away from the body checks and nothing slows him down.
Agreed. And you can see that he's the focal point of this line. So they feed off of him, the energy that he presents.
Very, very good hockey player.
As the Tritons bring it back in. Look, centering pass for Wishmiller just misses it. Big hit there. There's going to be a penalty.
Gotta go an interference on this one.
As it is the Tritons that head into the box.
That's one thing the Tritons do not want to do. They had a little bit of problems in the previous games on taking some unnecessary penalties, and they got bit by it almost every time that they went in the box.
Especially when you're so short-handed that you're just going to create more of a fatigue factor on yourself for the rest of the way. As number 12 that was Peter Dukakis that takes a seat. Roach brings it around. Centering pass, saved right out in front. Backhand shot was done by Gents. Seekins, here he comes, a breakaway opportunity, sends it just wide. Davis looks for Seekins. The slubs have finished. Surprise there. I thought that was an opportunity for Seekins to bury one.
Is he good or what? I mean, that kid, he's played that way all 4 games.
But absolutely relentless. The one thing that have been noticed all weekend is his speed is just effortless, right? He just quick little change and he hits a gear that not anybody else on the ice can really get to.
This is turning into more of a physical game than previously when they played, and I don't know if that's a carryover or both teams decided they're going to take the body today.
Well, in that first matchup, especially the majority of the opening period, they were just both teams were trying to figure each other out a little bit, trying to establish a game plan for that second period. I feel like they've gotten enough information how they want to play both teams, but you're right, it has been a lot more of a physical game, as the first game was a little bit more about the quickness and speed on the ice.
Yeah, it was more finesse, and I don't know if they both decided that's the way they want to play with each other or not, but it sure looks like that's what both teams have decided to do.
Chua dumps it back down. About 40 seconds here left on the penalty. As Doro, nice little poke check there, takes it. Brister brushed aside there by Chen. Doro right back there. He can chase. Woodard picks it up. Deflected pass. Going to be another penalty here incoming for the Tritons.
But if you notice Jen in net, just how quick she was, there was a couple shots right there that she went left to right and then back right to left on that and made both saves. Outstanding play by her.
As it's Andrew Chua that heads into the box.
And they can't afford Chua out, really not playing, because he's one of their key players for the Tritons. So that's going to hurt them, especially offensively.
So for 18 seconds here, a 5-on-3 for the Cougars. Huge opportunity early to score first. Cougars are able to come it in. Gold has it. Sends it out to Woodard. Back to Gold. Woodard's wrister. Blocked there. Centering pass. Deflected over. As now on the regular power play now. Great save there by Chen. She has great positioning.
Yeah.
She understands where she needs to be every time. Very quick as well as a goaltender.
I know one thing, Blaine. I'm impressed with the contingency of WSU fans that have been here every game that they've played. Very impressive on their part.
Very solid turnout. And they let us know that we can hear them for sure. Woodard has it up towards the blue line, deflected there. It's out in front. And then Tritons finally are able to clear. Looked like 3 or 4 opportunities right there that Chen was able to block there.
Yeah, I like how she positioned herself. She did a butterfly, and she didn't move off of that one. I think WSU thought she would try to go up, and they kept trying to go low on her.
Woodard probes as he circles around. Finds Ewing. Ewing looks to center. Finds spin there behind the net. Ewing picks it up once again. There's about 45 seconds left on the power play for the Cougars.
Tritons are doing a nice job of killing this penalty off. They're not letting WSU set up whatsoever.
Doro brings it in. Saved again by Chen. She covers it up.
Telling you got to like that kid. Jeez, he just does not stop.
And that was pretty much a 1-on-4 break by Doro, too.
Yeah, he just kept going, and he got in on top of her. Very nice job.
Donahue wins the faceoff. Brister sent wide. Doro goes for the wraparound. I don't know what they're calling here.
I think the net came up.
Net came off. Good eye, Gary.
Not bad for the 8th game.
Still on top of it. Tritons win the faceoff there. Roach is able to keep it in. Offensive zone for the Cougars. As Donahue continues to circle around. left circle. Donahue, Dora wins it there, swings it out to Roach. Wismuller sheds the defender as Triton's clear. No icing is a solid penalty kill there by the Tritons, especially when it started on a 5-on-3 to start. Just under 9 minutes remaining in the opening frame. A lot more of a physical style of play as both teams are trying to get up, be that first goal scorer and get on the board.
Well, killing off that penalty definitely has given a little bit of more spunk to UCSD, I noticed, in the last 30 seconds. They've been playing really, really hard. Not that they weren't before, but I mean, it gave them a little more life.
A little bit of juice. Big hit there by Loulier.
Emma's a gamer. She'll knock you down if you're not paying attention. Even if you are, she's going to knock you down.
Yeah,
That's her style.
It's dumped in by Chua. Loulier picks it out in front. Saved by Waranta there. As Woodard has it, sends it around.
Waranta looks like he's going to be a force again tonight.
12-10 on the shot count. Cougars with 12, Tritons with 10. Very even game so far.
It's been well played by both squads, actually. No one's really getting that little advantage on either one.
And both squads have had very solid opportunities early on. Goaltenders have been up to the challenge. That's the one thing that I've really noticed in these 8 games is that the goaltenders have been absolutely outstanding.
Yeah, every single one that's played, they've had an outstanding game.
Tritons bring it back into the offensive zone. Swings it around. Rister from the outside deflected. Waranta is able to save that.
Little feistiness out of the Tritons tonight. They're doing a little bit more pushing than what they did before.
And you're right. You can sense the urgency early on by the Tritons, wanting to get something out of the game, this game. Especially after being empty-handed through the first 3. Loulier wins the face-off. Dora picks it off, though, as he comes back the other way. Slides it in.
And Dora does really well. If you watch what he does, he'll shoot the puck in, but he's actually trying to get a pass off the boards because he just doesn't stop, and he fools the defenseman.
Here come the Tritons through the neutral zone. As the Heat is sent around. Redu clears. Cougars dump it back in as they make a change.
It looks like UCSD is also trying to stretch the game out. They're trying to widen the ice for themselves to get some of those cross-ice passes they're working on.
And they're also trying to pin the Cougars in their zone. They're really forcing the issue, having the 2 up front and then having 3 back, trying to control the neutral zone.
Yeah, actually, they're playing a triangle in the neutral zone off that, which is a nice technique if you can pull that off.
There's that stretch pass that you were talking about. As the Tritons bring it in. Roach is there to snuff that out. Pass out in front. Waranta covers.
I think Waranta realized he had to cover that up to give the Cougars a little break because they were chasing the puck and they were pretty sporadic and chaotic for a little bit.
As both teams make a full line change there after Waranta covers it up. Wismuller wins the face-off there. Rister by Seekins, Rister by Wismuller. Waranta, quick double save there. Looking for Seekins.
Outstanding job.
Backhand off the post, doesn't go in.
Rance, unbelievable saves right there. Unbelievable. Point blank, and he made at least 3. And he was basically falling backwards. A nice job by him.
Stood tall, was able to maintain his positioning, being a big body there to block those point blank shots. And then Seekins almost kind of deked himself with the whiff on the first attempt and then hit the post there on the second backhand.
Seekins is so smart. He's got a high hockey IQ.
As Gerke's wrister is saved by Waranta. A little under 5 minutes remaining here in the opening frame, and we're still scoreless.
For not lack of trying, just the goalies are playing extremely well. But I'm glad you brought that up, Blaine. Each goaltender on these teams, they are just stood out. And again, a lot of the games, the score is not indicative of how well the goalies played.
And every team has played multiple goaltenders this weekend, so it's not like we're seeing the same guys every night. So that's been a nice sight to see that everyone's performing.
Yeah,
how much goaltender depth each team has.
Yeah, that's a great point you brought up, because you're right. They're not playing the same net miners, and anybody they seem to put in has been doing a real nice job. Because sometimes teams will get laxed on that and it keeps playing the same guy. And right now, any of the clubs haven't done that this weekend.
Chua has it up towards the circle, looking for an opportunity. Finds Wismuller as he deflects it wide. Davis gives chase. As they're on the power play here as the Cougars are in the box. That is Tucker Spin who's in there. Chua continues the probe. Brister there, pushed aside by Waranta as Seekins picks it up. Seekins comes around. Brister, another save. And then the rebound. Davis pushing to the home. The Tritons strike first.
That was a nice job by Seekins. What he did, he was used his defenseman as a decoy. Got in a little bit tight on Waranta and made a heck of a shot. Came right out. There was going to be a rebound off that shot. Nice job by the Tritons to follow up on that one. And now it'll be interesting to see what kind of life UCSD has, because after they did that penalty kill, they gave it to them, and now they're pretty pumped up after that goal.
No, that's a good eye there, Gary, especially after that 5-on-3 penalty kill. You saw a little bit of more life. They've kind of dictated the last couple of minutes, and they're able to convert the power play goal. Opportunity out in front. Saved by Chen there as Roulier brings it back into the neutral zone.
I think there's a little more urgency on UCSD, because they got to get a point out of this weekend. Even if they don't get 2, they got to somehow get a point out of here, because that's going to really hurt them in league standings if they don't get one.
The Cougars have it. Opportunity here for the Cougars. Backhand set wide. As that was Gents who had a potential one-on-one opportunity against Chen. Shot deflected there. The Tritons pick it up. And it's sent out of play. Nice little souvenir. Landed right on their laptop.
That's probably what they're thinking. I'm glad I got the souvenir now. Nothing gets by you, does it, Blaine? Nothing does.
Never. Always on top of it. Offensive face-off here for the Cougars. Doro picks it up. Ewing sends it down. As Gerke swings it around. Ledoux's able to keep it in. Centering pass. No one's great idea there. No one's home. Tritons bring it back down as they make a change. It's dumped in. Picked up by the Cougars as they come through the neutral zone. Doro has it. Able to split 2 defenders there. there as the Tritons bring it back down. Rister saved by Lorenta as he covers.
Been a pretty up-tempo, feisty game right now from both squads, which is good to see because it's been very entertaining.
But definitely a different type of style than the first matchup, without question.
Well, they're definitely hitting each other more than what they did in the first game.
I feel like both teams know that this is a huge opportunity to get some points. Lorenta covers that one up. Just a little bit over 2 minutes here in the opening period. UCSD 1, the Cougars 0. The one thing that I've noticed is how the shots on goal have significantly flipped toward the Tritons there. 22-16 now.
Yeah, in the first go around, it was the opposite. The Cougars had almost double the shot production. So
Gold brings it around for the Cougars. He sends it up to Woodard. Back down to Gold. Looks for a centering pass. As Gents has it. Blocked there by Chua as he passes it around the boards. Flicked out into the neutral zone. Picked up by the Tritons as Chua brings it in. Rister there. Glove saved by Lorenta. A little bit of misdirection on that Chua Rister. It looked like he was going to go on the stick side and brought it back on the glove side, and Lorenta was there for that.
plus, Chua did really well on that one. He used the Z-man as a screen. You got to give Lorenta credit on that to flash that glove out at the very end because it was going in the bottom corner.
Miller wins the face-off. Davis hits the post. Seekins just sends it wide on the rebound. The Tritons continuing to pressure the Cougars, looking for a second.
They are peppering them with shots this go around compared to the first time they played.
As Roach gives chase and picks up the puck here, Donahue dumps it back in for the Cougars. As Seekins has it, looks for Wismiller. Donahue steals it from him in the neutral zone. But you can see really early on that they are really trying to pin the Cougars here in the neutral zone. It's one thing that they've really made an adjustment, trying to control the neutral ice.
Well, that's the way you nullify WSU speed. You clog up the neutral zone, and they're sending that one person out, and they're trying to get that long stretch pass for a breakaway on it, and it's working real well for the Tritons.
So we just have about 45 seconds, roughly, here in the opening period. And I think, Gary, you and I can both agree that it's been a very entertaining hockey game to start. What's been your overall takeaways?
I've been impressed with how UCSD's changed their style. For a while, they didn't look like they were going to, but boy, they came out hitting and shooting. And that's what's caught my eye the most right now, just how relentless their offensive attack is, and I haven't seen it out of them in the last 3 games. So very good adjustment by the coaching staff.
And one thing that they did have was a solid third period against Eastern. And it looks like they're feeding off of what they saw in that third period, where they got a couple of goals late, but they're using that same type of style.
Yeah, they're just starting it early right now compared to waiting until the third period. They decided to do that in the first, and it's paying off for them.
As Gold has it here, just about a couple seconds left. Rister there goes wide. Woodard has it, and that is the opening period. UCSD leads the WSU Cougars 1-0. Stay tuned for the second period. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. A little bit of technical difficulties to start the second period, but we are back. About 19 and a half minutes remaining. UCSD 1, Cougars 0. As Gold's shot there goes a little bit wide. Fascinating opening period. We kind of talked about this off the air a little bit, that UCSD looks like a completely different team than what they looked through the first 3 nights.
Total different hockey club today.
As Ewing sends it in. Cougars with some early pressure, trying to level the score early. Spint has it as he tries to send it around. Seekins picks it up. Big hit there by Gold. Cougars able to keep it in and sends it wide. Ewing has it, sends it back around. Roach grabs it, sends it down back into Gold. Around the boards. He has lost his stick as he sends it around. Cougars try to clear. Seekins with the hit there. The Tritons make a change. Spin brings it around. A little bit of chaos out in front of the crease. Woodard slap shots blocked there. Early intensity. You can see that the Cougars are trying to make a statement early on here in the opening 2 minutes.
The Cougars that definitely came out, decided they're going to use the body more than they did the first period. They're hitting everything that moves by them.
Woodard picks it up in the neutral zone. Dumped around to Doro. As it's dumped in. Ransom sends it around to Woodard. As the Cougars try to clear their zone. Kept in. Picked up here. It's brought back down. Saved there by Chen. As Gerke tries to clear his lines. Sent around. Opportunity here. Great stick by Ledoux there to take the opportunity away. As the Tritons control it and reset here. Brought back in. Sent around as Maranta tries to clear. Big hit by the Cougars there. Stick pass by Gold. The spin brings it in the other way. Mister glove hand by Chen. She covers it up.
And you got to keep in mind also, Blaine, is the Cougars haven't seen Chen play before. So it's totally different for them without seeing them. But WSU's definitely trying hard to use the body this period, even though they were hitting hard first period. But the checking is definitely picked up by the WSU Cougars. But I think the Cougars are still trying to figure out Chen since they haven't seen her before. And she's a little bit quicker than what I think they anticipated.
Gold has it here. Brings it in. Gold tries to beat Chen top shelf. Just misses high. Ewing flummoxes the shot. We're experiencing a little bit of technical difficulties here, ladies and gentlemen. We apologize. We'll get you back to the action as soon as possible. As he's dumped in by the Cougars, Chua picks it up behind the Triton net. As he swings it around. As Seekins picks it up. Sent back down. That's going to be an icing. 15 and a half minutes remaining in the second period. Score still the same. University of California, San Diego 1. Washington State University Cougars 0.
And one thing I've noticed, you touched on in the first period, the shot differential is a lot closer this time than the first time they played each other.
Doro has it, sends it around. WSU is able to keep it in the off Cougar zone. Comes out in front. Chen is able to respond. Covered up by Chen there.
See, now that Chen is so fast. If you're not used to a goaltender that can move that quick, she's very deceiving. And her glove hand and blocker side, they're just as quick. And so WSU is going to have some trouble trying to figure out which way to go on her, because you're not going to go beat her up on top, because her glove hand's going to stop anything that they can do for them. There's a breakout for the Titans right now, but WSU did a nice job of running them off. That was Jentz that did that. Nice play by him. Zekas is all over the ice again today like he did the first time they played. Both teams are definitely trying to feel each other out. And what I mean by that, they're using their speed, trying to see if they could trip each other up, because at the start of this period, it was all body checking. Now it's going back to more of a finesse. And their mirror image right now, how they're playing. WSU's in the corner. That Landers, he came back out. He took a big hit in that first period, but it's good to see him back out, because he's an outstanding hockey player. Giants coming up. This is Sika, so I'm not mistaken, that has the puck. Nice ride off by the WSU. That was Ewing. Nice job by him to prevent a breakaway. WSU lines up, took a wicked shot. That was from Landers, and that just went wide. Again, we apologize for any technical difficulties that you can see that we're having. We're trying to get that corrected as soon as possible. Very entertaining game right now. Both teams, they realize that they've got to get points off this game, because with Utah sweeping and EWU gaining so many points, they have got to get something to stay within arm's reach of those two clubs. Right now, WSU's decided to go ahead and float at least the 4 players down low to try to generate some more offense to try to beat Chan, but she's on top of her game right now. .13:07 left in the second period. Shots are all even up, 26 apiece. 1-0 UCSD over WSU, but it's been a very entertaining game, and hopefully we get the camera back up and working, because both teams are playing extremely hard, especially for the last game of the showcase. You know they got to be tired right now, but they're playing like they're not. But outstanding play by both squads. No icing on that one. They said it was tipped by the Cougars. I think we got it all back. Blaine, nice job working that technical difficulty out.
Yeah, sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. We were able to get that all squared away. Just under 12 and a half minutes remaining. Seekins' wrist is blocked by Woodard as it goes wide. Kind of missed the last couple of minutes. What did I miss, Gary?
Well, what they're doing, and it's very interesting, they started a really big pound on each other, and then they both shifted over to finesse game, and they're just trying to pepper as many shots as possible. What I was trying to tell people, both teams are in dire need of picking up points to try to stay with Utah and EWU in the standings. So there's some urgency on both sides.
Gerke swings it around to Davis. as Davis continues to push it up the board. As Gold gives chase and picks it up for the Cougars as he brings it through the neutral zone. 1-on-3 for Gold. The shot's deflected wide. Spin's able to pick it up, but Davis is able to clear for the Tritons. Deflection, no icing there as Seekins beats Ledoux down to the puck. Davis swings it around as they reset. Chia has it now in the neutral zone. Spins able to pick it off, looking for Gold. As Seekins steals, and Seekins is going to bring it back in for the Tritons. And they're going to call an offside there. But the shots have completely flipped again, Gary. Now the Cougars lead in the shot category 27-26.
Yeah, it's a lot closer game than the first time with the shots on net. But I think that goes back to UCSD and the urgency that they're playing with to get out of here with at least 1-2 points.
Wrap around, flash in front. Rance is able to push it aside as the Cougars bring it through the neutral zone. Looking for Doro there, unable to connect. As Chua picks it up, brings it around for the Tritons. Doro continues to pester as he takes it into the net. And the Tritons bring it back down. Dumped in. As Roach picks it up and swings it.
This second period is definitely a faster pace by both squads. They're just letting it all hang out right now.
And would that be a concern for you, especially with UCSD being undermanned? And we've started to see roughly around this point in all 3 games where we have started to run out a little bit of steam.
You could think that way, but I think knowing that they're trying to get a W out of here so they can leave the showcase with at least 2 points, I think that's enough of an adrenaline for the squad to play a little bit harder than compared to the other one, because they knew they had 4 games coming in. And so now this is the last game. They might as well let it all hang out. And their play is indicating that, too. They're not worried about a fatigue factor. Plus, they're quick shifting also. So that I think they're trying to nullify that by doing that technique.
Cougars win the faceoff there as it's brought up back around. Hit the post there. As Gold's able to clear it back into the neutral zone as Gerke sends it back in for the Tritons. Picked up by Ewing.
Now, we might see a difference in the third period with UCSD playing this style. They might wear it on them in the second period, but it's well worth the gamble to go for it.
One thing that I have noticed, I have not seen Landers at all in this period.
Well, and I mentioned that I thought he was back on the ice, but he isn't. I haven't seen him either, and he took that big hit in the first period, and I'm wondering if that didn't cause some damage to him, that they just decided to go ahead and sit him out. But they're missing him right now because he's their main focal point on offense.
As it's dumped back around, Gerke has it, sends it up the boards. Tip there, Davis tries to pick it up. Poke check there. It's sent back down.
And I hope Landers is okay because he's such an outstanding hockey player. Without him there, that's definitely hurting their offensive output.
And he's also the captain of this squad. He's that leader on the ice.
Yeah, he's just a settling force for WSU.
Chua brings it in. Opportunity out in front. Moranta's up to the challenge as he smothers it up. Chua gives Moranta a little bit of a shove there, and the Cougars did not like that one bit.
Well, they're going to call, I think, the Tritons on that because Moranta had the puck smothered, and UCSD went in and took a few extra shots on him. But I could be wrong. Nope, they did.
Yep, Chua's going to take a seat for that.
Yeah, and I didn't think he was going to get away with that one. But Moranta did a nice job of holding his ground. He wasn't given any leeway on that.
And I felt like that was more just a frustration on Chua's part that he couldn't finish the one-on-one opportunity. And he let that frustration out a little bit.
Could very well be, but this is what UCSD, they don't want to go in that penalty box. So that will take energy out of them, killing the penalty off.
Massive opportunity here for the Cougars.
It's a huge opportunity not only to get on the board, but exert energy from UCSD that come third period may come back and bite them.
As Gold gives chase down into the corner. He swings it around. The spin picks it up. Back out to Woodard. Woodard looks for Gold. Seekins able to clear. Here comes Seekins here. Bringing it back through, shorthanded. Roach is up to the challenge.
Roach did an outstanding job of stopping Seekins.
The spin brings it back around. And then it's sent around the boards by Gents. Woodard has it up at the blue line. Back down to Gold. Centering past to Gents. Gents finishes! A lovely little look there. And Gents goes top shelf.
What Gents did really well on that one, he made Chen commit. She went down in the butterfly and he popped it up in the top shelf on that one. That was an excellent play by him. He had enough time where he definitely made her bite on that initial reaction he did. So superb job by Gents.
And a lovely pass by Gold there as he was falling down to be able to find Gents in the middle of the ice.
Well, Gold's such a good hockey player, and that definitely is going to give the Cougars some life on this one because Jim is shutting them down pretty well.
As we're all even here, a little under 7.5 minutes remaining in the second period, and it's 1-1 with that Gents goal. Be interesting to see how UCSD responds. As it's dunked back in, able to keep it in by the Cougars. Flashed out in front. Just misses Doro on that centering pass. As UCSD looks to clear. Cougars continue to press and keep UCSD pinned in their own end.
Yeah, that goal definitely gave the Cougars a little more jump in their step on it. They're putting a lot of pressure on UCSD right now, and especially down low. They're locking up their defensemen and not letting them play off the boards like they usually like to.
And with the Cougars pinning them in so deep, it's allowing the Tritons to not be able to find that stretch pass out like they've been able to successfully do in the first period.
Well, they're clogging it up a heck of a lot better in the neutral zone.
And that was the one point that UCSD was thriving in the first period. As Davis brings it in, Woodard picks it up. Seekins sends it back out. Rister there. Waranta covers. A little bit of a juggling stop there by Waranta.
Yeah, it was. He had to come off of his chest, and I think he was trying to smother with his glove hand, and he lost it, and he just kind of covered it up on his blocker side. But he stuck with it. Nice job by him.
It's going to be Spin versus Wismuller here in the offensive zone. Wismuller wins the faceoff out to Dukakis as he sends one in. Waranta covers it right back up.
Without a doubt, that goal definitely sparked WSU right now. They're gaining a little more confidence, and you can see it in their style of play.
That's what we've started to see throughout, especially early in the period as well. Davis with the rebound, shot in by Chua. Waranta is able to get a pad stop there. Davis picks it up once again. Davis with his second on the day, 2 rebound goals.
I give Davis a lot of credit on that one. Chua shot that. I think he was just trying to get it anywhere near the net, and Davis just kind of snuck behind the Cougs D-man, and as soon as Aranda hit that puck, he was trying to get the rebound directed away from him, but it went right onto Davis' stick, and he just buried it in the top shelf.
And a bit against the run of play with the Cougars mounting pressure. UCSD responds to go back up 2-1 here with just under 6 minutes remaining in the second period. Now it's time for the Cougars to try and respond. Send around to Roach as he tries to send it back up the boards. In the middle there, great save by Warranta out in front.
But see, now without having Lanners in their lineup, this is where you'd see he's such a key factor because he could settle the Cougars down while he's attacking, and they're really missing him not on the ice.
Out in front as Warranta's able to stick that one aside. Shot there, saved by Chen. As UCSD sends it back up the boards.
I think one thing the Cougars have got to realize, they're not going to beat Chen low. She is just, her paths are so fast that they're going to have to keep trying to go high on her.
As Doro has it, tries to go up top, sends it a little bit high. And her butterfly positioning is so on point. Even with that first goal by Gents, he had to be extremely deceptive with where he was going to go with that puck to beat her.
She's extremely quick in that butterfly stance.
As Doro dumps it back in and Gents gives chase. Gents is able to pass it back to himself around the board. Centering pass there. Good stick by Lullier to keep Gold out in front. Roach is able to send it. Chen with the stop.
And that's the last 3 shots WSU. They went high on her, but she's still stuffing them.
Good check by Chua there as he gets a wrister away from the circle, and Warranta's up to the challenge once again.
But I'm so impressed with Chen on how she's playing. Man, she is fast. And if you just watch her, how she moves, just tracking the puck, she's an outstanding goalie. I can see why they flew her up. I really can. Not saying anything against anyone else, but man, she's
nothing
solid.
Against Dietra and as well as Alex Chen, who was in net the first 2 nights. But she has been on her game from the start here today. Miller sends it around. Davis has it. Twisted from the outside, deflected by Gold, and Gold's able to pick it up as he sends it into the neutral zone to split for spin. As Wismiller is able to pick it up. Sent back around as Gerke picks it up in the neutral zone. As both teams are trying to take command of the neutral zone area, I would have to give UCSD the slight edge at the moment.
Yeah, if you're worried about UCSD's stamina right now, you can throw that out the window because they're playing extremely hard.
And like we've mentioned throughout, I feel like the urgency of having to get something has been on full display for them. Doesn't matter what's left in the tank afterwards. Great pass there. Morantz is up to the challenge there. Pushes that aside. Lovely little pass by DeLugos into the middle.
Miranda's having a strong game for the Cougars. So he's blocked some heck of shots that they put on him. Heck of the shots that they're doing.
Adu looks for Doro. Lovely little pass there by Chua as he finds just a little bit behind as Ladu's able to pick it up. But UCSD always has that first or second man trying to get that break there. They're really trying to force the issue. A little over 2 minutes remaining here in the second period. Lister's blocked there. Blocked once again. Gerke passes it back down. That's going to be offsides.
What can you see? UCSD, they've really tuned up on their offense and really pushed more because at first the differentials were even. Now it's 38-31. UCSD they're really pushing this.
And we gotta remember from Friday night, they got outshot almost doubled in that matchup because they had to be mostly on the defensive end of the ice trying to weather the storm against the Cougars. Picked up, looking for that stretch pass. Blocked by Gents. Out in front, Gold just pushes it aside. The spin sends it back around to Gold. Gerke tries to bring it away, but spin gives chase there. UCSD dumps it back down, and this is going to be an icing.
Well, they opened up more. We were talking about this earlier, Blaine, on UCSD. Will they open it up a little bit more and get out of their defensive game? And they definitely are. They're attacking a lot more than what I've seen them in the previous games, and it's working for them right now.
And they're being extremely deceptive in how they've changed up how they've wanted to attack as well. Switched it up with the attack stretch pass. They wanted to then force the issue in the neutral zone and press up high in the Cougars' end.
Yeah, they're on the fly. They're making adjustments, and that's impressive to see because that's hard to do.
I know we've raved about this all weekend long, is how much limited ice time they've had before getting up into the showcase. And I feel like these practices, just the ice time of playing, getting some practices in before games, just to work on some things, it's starting to showcase itself at this point.
Well, that's why I was saying before in their first game when I first saw them being short-handed and they hadn't had much ice time. Give them another month and a half, 2 months, and it'll be an interesting club to watch.
Face-off one there by Wismiller as Chua picks it up, passing it around the boards towards Davis. Davis to Wismiller in the neutral zone, trying to find Seekins. Seekins able to pick it up. Good poke check there. Missed opportunity as Gents has a potential breakaway here, and he scores! Goes top shelf like we mentioned. He beats Chen as it's 2 apiece now with 52 seconds remaining in the second period.
And I thought WSU would start trying to go high. I think they realized they're not going to beat Chen down low. And if they didn't get that goal, they were going to get a penalty because UCSD's player, he kind of chucked his stick right at the end trying to stop the puck. So either way, the goal was going to go or they were going to get man advantage.
I believe that was Gents again. That's also his second, I believe. So 2 guys on a potential hat trick here in this one. But you're right. That was going to be a penalty as the stick was thrown. But the one thing that I've noticed now in both goals that Chen goes down a little early, and that's how they were able to beat her top shelf. Chen's coming back in once again, tries to go top shelf.
And I think she's comfortable with the butterfly stance in her glove hand, but I think WSU is definitely focusing on going up high because the last 4 shots, they all went up on top.
Davis here finds Seekins. This there is pushed aside by Waranta and sent up back into the boards. Chu is able to keep it in. Deflected shot. Just misses wide by Wismiller as he gets a deflection. Chua keeps unable to keep it in as it's dumped back down. And that will do it in the second period. A fascinating game here we have. It's 2 apiece. University of California, San Diego, and the Washington State Cougars. Stay tuned for the third. in, everybody, to the third and final period here at the Eastern Washington University Recreation Center. We are tied up at 2 apiece between the Washington State University Cougars and the University of California San Diego Tritons. A very level game, entertaining game, Gary. What do you want to see in this third and final frame?
I would say both clubs continue what they were doing. Minor little tweaks that you really won't even notice, but both teams are playing extremely well. And again, we've talked about it for 2 periods. I think the urgency on getting some points out of here has definitely weighed on both clubs.
I agree. It's going to be something absolutely fascinating to see how it opens up in these first couple minutes, to see who's going to be the team that's going to force the issue and press and try and get the win here tonight. As UCSD wins the opening face-off, Gerke sends it around, picked up by Spin. As Woodard grabs it, wrister flash across net, Chen's up for the challenge early. Davis picks it up, looks for that stretch pass for Wismuller. Seekins is able to almost corral it, and Moranta sends it around the boards. Gold has it, sends it up to Spin. Davis grabs and is able to send it back down. Jens has it, sends it around in, Spin grabs it, centering pass to Gold. Gold's there, backhand, saved by Chen. Roach has it, sends it around, stretch pass to Seekins. He's able to get it here. Back pass to here, picked off. Davis corrals it and sends it around. Flash out in front, spilled by Moranta. Seekins unable to corral it.
Well, that's one change I definitely see out of the UCSD. They are definitely trying to go for the long path, trying to catch the Cougars sleeping, and they've done it twice right now. So that's one change they made in between periods.
And that is a gamble that they're going to showcasing that they want to get that first goal here in the third period.
Yeah, because that's going to set the tempo for the next 18 minutes. Whoever gets that next point.
And also like an added boost for them. Being shorthanded might be that jolt that they need to get to the finish line here in this one. That would be the one thing that I want to see is how much will they have left in the tank.
Yeah, why not throw caution to out the window? It's just they have got to pick up something out for this, but they're making little tweaks we just mentioned, so that's good to see.
Swung out to Doro in the neutral zone. He's unable to corral it. It's sent back in. Delayed offside here potentially. As Chua brings it back out from the neutral zone. Slap shot from the outside blocked. There by Ledoux. And he is feeling that one as he comes off. Cougars has it. Sends it in towards Jens. As Gerke's able to pick it off. And he tries to send it back in. Both teams trying to for a little bit hectic in the neutral zone. Someone's trying to take control. Roach sends it around the boards here behind the Washington State net. UCSD is able to keep it in, deflected, out of play. Very frenetic opening 3 minutes here.
Yeah, I tell you, it's been quite an entertaining game right now. Compared to the first time they played, WSU was kind of breaking away from them going into the third period. But right now, it's neck and neck.
Face off one, Chua's shot, saved by Moranta, left side.
Can't say enough about the goalies. They have both played extremely well today.
Yeah. 41 stops by Moranta already, 32 by Chen. Both have been outstanding. And that's honestly my biggest takeaway from the whole showcase is the netminders. All of them were absolutely fantastic this weekend. Wismuller brings it in here. Going to be a trip here on Woodard Early opportunity in the third period for the Tritons to take the lead.
There was no place to hide on that one. It was right in front of the referee. He just like, no, he's going to get it.
And he knew it, too.
Yep.
As soon as he put the stick out, he went down.
He almost started to skate right to the box after he did that because he knew he was nailed.
As Wismuller wins the face-off here, sends it out to Gerke. Flashed it in front. Rebound saved by Waranta. 3 stops in succession right there. As Davis has it, gets hit there.
They might got away with one on that one.
It looked like it. No call there as the play continues.
Oh, but now.
And as I jinx it right there.
I think Rantis, I think he's the one that got called. I think that was a retaliatory shot on that one because he was not happy, and I don't blame him. That was a hard hit from behind.
As Seekins heads into the box, now it's going to be a 4-on-4 here for the next minute and a half. A lot of open ice.
And actually, that helps WSU because Seekins is such a strong offensive player. He's going to be sorely missed for the next two minutes.
He's been their focal point when they've been shorthanded or on the shorthanded in these situations. Seekins tries to leak out a little bit.
He does, and he does a nice job of it. For somebody that size, he's really, really sneaky.
As UCSD brings it in, swings it around the boards. Cougars pick it up. Send down here. It's been able to keep in by UCSD.
Well, see, here's now where WSU's really missing Landers. He'd be a focal point on this.
As it's brought in here, shot goes wide. As Roach picks it up in the neutral zone. He swings it around. But you're right. This is where Landers would be taking command of the Cougars' attack. Big hit there by Chua. Roach picks it back up. Sends up to him. Chua grabs it in the neutral zone as he comes in. Lovely move there. Used the defender as a shield. Waranta was up for the challenge there. Chua once again stopped by Waranta. Puck's out in front. Waranta covers it up.
Chua is one heck of a hockey player. He is everywhere on the ice. He'll go up front, then he'll come back, play a little as a D man. He's just constantly all over the ice.
Extremely fluid player too. Very interchangeable with how he wants. And the one thing that I've seen with UCSD is that they have no problem switching it up with their wings going back to defense, their defense coming up to be wings. As Gould brings it back in for the Cougars. As the 4-on-4 ends and the Cougars get on the power play for about 20 seconds here. Donahue brings it around. Continues to probe as he brings it to the center, closer to the blue line. Right here at the circle. Deflected pass there. As UCSD brings it back around, and they dump it down for a change. Both teams back to full strength here. Just under 14 and a half minutes remaining. Gerke picks it off. Boulaire grabs it in the neutral zone, and she dumps it in. Waranta swings it out to Doro as he sends it up. Chua comes right back onto the ice and picks it off. Around, picked up here by the Cougars as Jens dumps it back in. Rushed aside by Chen, she pushes it away. Boulaire picks it up. Ewing splashes one in front here. Blocked there on a attempt by Spin in front of the crease. UCSD really being pinned in here by the Cougars. Chua tries to clear it down, dump back in, and that'll be an icing.
That was a nice play by Chu, even though it was an icing on them. He knew that they were real tired and they needed to get some fresh skaters out there. And so that was a good icing by him.
Even though they're back, they still have to stay on the ice. Quick regroup or breather, try and figure out what they need to do here. Face off is one, and then they're able to get a change in.
But seeing it work for them, because even though they had to stay on the ice, he kicked it off the boards down there, and that gave him the opportunity to get fresh skaters out.
Opportunity there. Warranta, what a stop.
Bodies are flying all over the place right now.
Frenetic pace here again. Shot there goes just wide.
So that was a good correction on your part, Blaine, but that's what I was trying to get across. Even though they couldn't get new skaters on, you saw what you did, and he worked to perfection, and bounced it off the board and allowed him the chance to get some fresh people on, plus the time it took to get the puck back on the end.
USC probes. Kirky's shot. Glove save by Warranta.
I don't know. This game is definitely picking up on the feistiness out of both squads. I mean, for a while there was 4 guys on the ice knocked down, and it was hard to keep track.
Very similar, like halfway through the first period, it was very similar like that. With that chaos, so to speak.
No, that's a great way to say it. It was really chaotic.
Face off one by the Cougars as they try to send it back in the neutral zone. Davis picks it up and dumps it back in for the Tritons.
Oh, yeah, they're going to get – I thought he was up a little high.
Get a penalty here.
Obviously, he does not disagree. He disagrees with that call.
Frustration there by being let out by Roach as Seekins back into the box once again.
Well, Seekin went in high on him, and I think he thought he was going to deke on him, and he did, and that was a good call by the official. It was definitely a cross check.
Opportunity here for the Cougars to put their nose in front. Face off one by the Cougars. Woodard has it up by the blue line. Shoots it out to goal with the circle. Shot there, saved by Chen. Looks like another potential penalty here. Looks like we're going to have a 4-on-4 here. It's Jens who's heading into the box.
Got a high stick on that call, and I missed that because I was watching how the Cougars have decided they're trying to go high on Chen now. Every shot they've done is they're trying to go on the top shelf.
So back to another 4-on-4 for the next minute and 40. As Woodard picks it up after a Cougars face-off win. Brought back down by Woodard. Spin has it now. Shot on the top shelf goes high. Gould almost able to pick it up. The Tritons bring it out to the neutral zone. Dump it in. Tritons are able to grab it from behind. Still look for a centering pass blocked there. Passed out now to Woodard. Woodard looks for Ewing. As Ewing brings it into the neutral zone. He finds Gould here. Gould at the circle, sends his shot wide. Spins able to chase. Ewing has it. Looking for Roach, deflected there as they have to regroup. Roach dumps it back into the corner. UCSD is able to pick it up. Swing back around. UCSD picks it up. UCSD dumps it back around. Cougars are able to retrieve it. Roach has it now. Spin picks it up in the neutral zone with speed. Tries to make a move, brings it back out. Good stick there by Wismuller as he's able to make the Cougars regroup. 10 seconds remaining on the 4-on-4. Neither team really had a real clear-cut chance in this one. Wismuller tries the stretch pass, picks it up, centering pass, blocked there. Good skip.
And they were definitely trying to get that breakaway pass on that. Trident's player was down there waving his stick to try to get it there a little bit sooner, and it might have worked if he could have done that.
Seekins has it, pass into the boards. As now both teams are back to full strength. Out in front, Davis' shot blocked there by Warranta.
Warranta is playing well for WSU.
As the shots start to rise, as UCSD is out shooting the Cougars 49-35. Just under halfway remaining in the third period. And we are still tied. Davis has it. Looks for a centering pass. Loulier is able to pick it up. She feeds it into the corner.
It has definitely turned into a wide open style of hockey game now for the last couple minutes.
You see that both teams have decided to just go for it, as there's going to be a penalty here. Looks like that was going to be on Woodard.
Where you're seeing a couple things. One, the wide openness. Two, the physicality has definitely picked up. And I think the desperation is shown on both clubs. They know they got to get points out of this game to keep pace. So that's what's making this entertaining.
The Tritons will be on the power play here. Just about 9 minutes remaining. Berkey has it up at the center blue line. Shot there, saved by Warranta once again.
You know, the sticks are flying around too. They're just knocking them out of their hands, and so the game's getting a little more intense.
A lot of chippiness, without question. Looks like.
And so on.
Timeout, maybe.
Possibly, which is an interesting time in the game to call that. And maybe this is a good time to give them a little breather because they've been out there and just at a nonstop pace.
As it was a 30-second timeout being called.
Well, they're running the penalty down too on that one, so.
Looks like a bit of technical difficulties there. But an intriguing time. Just under 9 minutes to call the timeout. It's been fascinating here to see how the team work.
There they go. Now they got everything corrected.
Under 9 minutes remaining here.
Look at that. We got a guest cameraman, Lane Eriks from the EW Hockey Club's working the camera right now. Good job. The guy's all over the place. Plays defense, offense. Now it's cameraman.
Got a goal last night.
Oh, yeah. He was an animal out there up front.
Face-off one there by the Cougars as they try to clear. Goal's able to force Truett back into the neutral zone. Brought right back in by the Tritons. Wismuller has it. Out to Chen. Chen's shot hits the post. And Warranta was beaten there on the glove hand. Got blocked out there. Chua has it now. Slap shot from the blocked.
Well, you see what the Tritons are doing. They're plopping a guy right in front of Ranson, so he can't see it. So that's a smart move by UCSD.
Wismuller has it back out to Seekins. Swings it for Chen. Chen has it at the blue line. Shot saved by Warranta on the glove side. Wismuller wasn't able to get there in time to block Rance's line of sight. He was able to snare that one. A little bit over 1 minute remaining here on the power play.
The game's getting intense, Blaine. The intensity definitely picking up.
What can you say about these Washington State goalies? Both guys have had 40-plus saves in all 4 games.
It's a nice luxury to have. But But again, you mentioned it a couple times. All the goaltenders up here this week, and all of them played extremely well.
Even for the Tritons, that first night on Thursday, we were raving about Dietra, and unfortunately, he was unable to continue this weekend due to an injury. But and they were able to funnel different goaltenders out, fly Chen up. But
man, he was stout. That kid was played really well. He was a joy to watch.
As Chen brings it back in, shot from the center circle. Why not?
Really, why not give it a whirl? You never know. It might get a rebound off it, but Aranda doesn't really give up a lot of rebounds. But I give him credit. They're peppering them right now.
7.5 minutes remaining. About 30 seconds left on the power play. Face off one there. Out to Chua. Chua from the outside. Rebound. Saved again by Warranta. Flash out in front, just across.
Penalty coming up.
Looks like we're going to have a potential 5-on-3 for about 15 seconds here for the Tritons.
Well, I think it's going against the Cougars because their fans are not happy with the call. They were vocal about it.
And it's Dora who's the one who's entering the box. I didn't see the call there, but
that's going to hurt WSU because Dora, he's such a hustle type player that have him sit down for 2 minutes. That's going to hurt him. Whoa, what a snag by ran off that. Unbelievable.
Apologize with a little bit of technical difficulties that we're having right now. Try and get it fixed as soon as possible here for it. Chua on the outside here, swings it around. Chen has it. UCSD trying to get multiple guys out in front of Warranta. Chen's wrister hits the post. UCSD continues to press. Gold comes back in. One-on-one opportunity, shorthanded.
Whoa,
That's going to be a big penalty on Chua.
Yeah, they're going to nail a slash on that. They might give him a penalty shot. They are. It looks like that's exactly what they're going to do. I mean, the UCS player didn't have any other opportunity, but yeah, there's a penalty shot coming up.
That's Chua. They came out of the box there on Washington State. One of their guys came out of the box there. Goal, quick substitution. Goal picks up the pass in the neutral zone. And Chua just had to force the issue there.
Now it'll be interesting to see if he tries to go top shelf on Chen, because that's what WSU's been doing this whole period.
As it is going to be Gold bringing it in. He scores! Washington State scores on the penalty shot. They now lead 3-2.
Now that was extremely interesting because he shot right basically in the middle, and it came off of Chen's stick right, basically laid right back down in on it. Well, now WSU's going in the box for something else.
Gold goes right back into the box. It must have been something they said, another first celebration.
I thought he was probably telling the refs how nice a job they were doing, but they decided, no, you're going back in the box.
But it's going to be a 5-on-3 now for a minute and a half. Quick opportunity to level things back up for the Tritons. About 6:40 remaining in this one.
Talk about a golden opportunity.
Chen's shot saved by Warranta. Swung back out to Chen. Chua slap shot blocked there by Ewing. Wrister deflected out by Jets. Ewing really wore that one.
Chua has such a rocket of a shot. Man, and he loves using it too. He's got a heck of a slap shot.
A little bit over a minute remaining on the 5-on-3 here. It almost feels like a must score here on this 5-on-3. Chua has it. Wrister blocked again by Jens. Seekins gives chase, beats Roach to the puck as he tries to flash out in front. Saved by Warranta. Another save by Warranta as he covers it up.
it's not from lack of trying by the Tritons on getting this goal. They're peppering the WSU goaltender right now.
Face off one. Flash in the middle, sent out by Chen. Chen has it. Comes up to the circle, finds Chua. Chua's shot blocked by Spin. Rhodes sends it around. Blocked by Seekins. Chua's able to grab it. There's about 45 seconds left on the 5-on-3. Chen is able to keep it in. Back out to Chua. What a block there by Spin, laying it all out for the Cougars.
Who was that from W? That was
Spin.
outstanding.
Tucker Spin line.
That was tremendous by him.
Seekins brings it in. 20 seconds remaining on the 5-on-3. As he probes. Shot there by Chen. Pushed aside by Oranta. Seekins picks it up. Looks for Chen again. Chen has it. Circles around. What a snag by Oranta out in front. Sean Waranta, have yourself a day.
Oh, and I don't even know how to word how well he's done with this 5-on-3. He's just shut the door on UCSD.
3 seconds remaining here, and then still another 30 seconds on the power play. Face off one. UCSD brings it around. Shot sent wide by the Tritons. Picked back up. Out to Gerke up by the blue line. Gerke swings it. Out by the left circle. Centering pass. Shot there. Waranta brushes another one aside. Back out to Gerke. 10 seconds remaining on the power play. Rebound out in front. Pushed aside by the Cougars as they try to clear their lines. Penalty is over. Back to full strength for the Cougars. Chen's shot pushed aside. Gerke's able to keep it in, and it goes out of play.
Well, there was a flurry of action right there by both squads. They were UCSD was just everything, any angle they were shooting the puck and ran, and the WSU did a nice job of shutting them down on that one. Excellent play by both squads.
There's about 4.5 minutes remaining here in this one. The Cougars leading 3-2. Woodard gives chase, picks it up behind the Cougar net, sends it back around. UCSD has to bring it back out and reset. Dumped back in by the Tritons. Woodard picks it up again, swings it back around the boards. Chua picks it up to keep it in. Centering pass, flashed around and just misses. Gents brings it back in as he dumps it back in. No icing. Picked up by the Tritons. Sent back to the boards. Goal to Jets. Jen up to the challenge.
Excellent job by her. She kept track of exactly where the Cougar player was going. And now it poses an interesting thing. When do you pull the goaltender? You know, the coaching staff's got to be thinking of that with 3:56 left. It'll be interesting when they make that call.
I would probably suggest maybe give it 2 more minutes, maybe the 2-minute mark, or would you pull it sooner?
And that's a hard one to go with. Because the way Chen's playing, she's keeping him in this game, but then on the other hand, you're going to have to try to do something to tie this game up. So it's a tough call for the coach.
Face off one by the Tritons. Gerke swings it around. Wristmiller has it. Looks for Seekins. Seekins picks it up. Rister covered by Waranta once again. You can start to see a sense of frustration by the Tritons after every shot that Waranta just smothers. But they're like, come on, I can't buy one right now. Wristmiller has it. Gerke swings it around, dumps it back into the. Davis has it. looking for a potential centering pass. Back out to Chen. Chen sends it down back to Davis. Davis' shot deflected wide.
Well, keep an eye on Chen. Right now, there's no motion on having her come in, so they're playing it out for a while.
Tritons continue to try and keep it in the zone. Put out in front. Moranta covers. 3 minutes to go in this one. UCSD does a full change. Surprised that Seekins coming off. You would think maybe he's staying out there. Face off won by the Cougars. Back out to Chua. As the Tritons give chase. 2:45 remaining in this one. Roach picks it up as they try to get around to their own end. Sent down, Chua picks it up. He tries to make a pass, picked off by Gold. Shot there, deflected out by Smith.
Again, we're having bodies fly all over the ice right now. Both teams are pressuring each other really well.
2:24 remaining. And the Cougars hold on to a 3-2 lead. Face off won by the Tritons. Sent it out. Donahue dumps it back in. Seekins picks it up. Passes it along the boards. Donahue centering pass to Doro. Doro can't corral it. Picked up here. Tritons try to bring it back out. .150 remaining here. Tritons clear. Ewing picks it up in the neutral zone. Out to Donahue. He can't corral it. Tritons pick it back up in their own zone. Gerke has it now. Pass it along the boards as the Tritons are in a change. No icing here as Gerke wraps around to pick it up. 1.5 minutes remaining. Flashed out in the middle. Gerke picks it up once again. Around the boards, looking for Seekins. Wiswheeler sends it up. Davis gives chase.
Now they're coming out.
Opportunity.
Now they wave Chen off. So
Chen's been pulled. Looking for an opportunity. Donahue has it as he dumps it back down. Chua grabs it. Stick there by Gents. Potential empty net if he can get an opportunity. Good stick by Chua. 50 seconds remaining. Shot by Ewing, tries to dump it in. Seeking grabs it. 40 seconds. Chua brings it in. Put in by the Tritons. 30 seconds left here. It's dumped back down. And that'll be an icing with 26 seconds remaining.
And you know, the Cougars did not want to see that icing because now they're back out there, so the Tritons can set up their last final push on offense to see if they can get that puck behind Moranta. Crowd's into it.
Moranta hyping the crowd. Here we go. 26 seconds left. Tritons have pulled the goaltender. Seekins has it up by the blue line. Swings it out to Gerke. Gerke's shot goes wide. Seekins able to retrieve it. Keep it in. Pass it along the boards. Centering pass there. Seekins tries to retrieve it. He's able to keep it in. Seekins has it. 3, 2, 1. And that'll do it, ladies and gentlemen. The Cougars survive Washington State 3, UCSD 2. What a way to wrap up the PAC8 showcase. Phenomenal hockey game.
It was. This was a very entertaining game from start to finish, and yeah, that's a nice way to wrap it up. It's been a great showcase. All the games have been well played. I hope people enjoyed it because it was very, very entertaining.
Yep, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in this weekend in our PAC8 showcase. Eastern fans, your Eagles will be back on the ice this upcoming Friday and Saturday against Western Washington University. Be on the lookout for that. Thank you, everybody. Have a great rest of your weekend.